All right, what is up, my dudes? Today I'm going to be ranking Ozzy's solo studio albums, worst to best, in my opinion. I've been planning to do this video for ages. I mean, just ages. Ever since I started this channel, which is like almost 6 years ago now, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I felt like I finally have the. I feel confident in how I'm ranking this now. So we're doing it. Obviously, he passed away, so I felt like it was only fair that now's the time we do this. And I also have some buddies of mine in the Denver metal scene that tell me their favorite albums at the very end of this video, so stick around for that. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Kind of universally decided, this is 12. He has 12 albums. So this is number 12, Black Rain. I actually just got this version, the tour edition, which has some live and bonus tracks. I've been thinking about this album a lot because I've given it a lot of listens preparing for this video, and it feels very much like a whole album of filler. Really, the songs aren't necessarily bad; they're just not very memorable. I don't think. I think the only song on this, truly, I really enjoy it. I listen to it all the time. Is Trapdoor, the last track on the normal version. Fucking love that song. It's great. Shockingly, the only song I think on here that Zakk Wylde doesn't co-write, which is kind of bizarre. A lot of people say it sounds kind of Black Label Society E or whatever the problem is, but I think overall it's just kind of it's just not very memorable. The songs just aren't really there. I guess what's that song called? Never Gonna Stop. See, I don't even fucking remember this shit, and I just listened to it in the car. I don't want to stop. Like that's like the big song, but it just doesn't have that stay power. I kind of described it as like, when you're listening to an album and they kind of put some albums, they have like the filler tracks in the middle, or like the meat of the album is kind of like a slog or whatever. It's like this whole album is the middle part of another album that doesn't exist. This is just like all filler tracks of a different album. You know what I mean? So yeah, Black Rain, not a terrible record by any means, but it's kind of unnecessary, I guess, would be a way to put it. It's fine, but it's a pretty stock, in the words of Lars Ulrich. So yeah, Black Rain's at the bottom here. Moving on, these ones are kind of interchangeable for me. The last two, Ordinary Man and Patient Number 9. Don't I'll tell you why I have problems deciding which one I like more or less, I suppose. Ordinary Man, I feel like has really great songs. I think Straight to Hell, Scary Little Green Men, Under the Graveyard, the title track. I think those are all really great songs. The problem with this record, I find, is there's like no guitar. Ozzy's solo career has been really defined not only by him but having really great guitar players. And Andrew Watt, the producer, took over guitar duty on here, and he's so low in the mix. He's not playing very interesting things. There's a few solos, nothing really that stands out. And I think that really hurts it. It feels like there's a missing piece. There's like this missing distortion underneath Ozzy's voice, which I've become accustomed to over time. That being said, I feel like the songwriting is better on this. This one, they kind of make up for that by having different guitar players on here. There's Tony Iommi, Jeff Beck, Zakk Wylde, a bunch of other people. This has the opposite problem. The songs aren't really there. Like Patient Number 9, I like. One of Those Days is fine. Degradation Rules, fine. But overall, like I couldn't even tell you how any of these songs go. I couldn't hum it, and that's the problem I have with this. It's kind of like Black Rain. The songs I just feel like aren't there on this one. Production, guitar playing takes an upgrade. So they're kind of like 10 and 11. These ones they're not terrible by any means, and like I said, Black Rain I don't even think is terrible. They're just kind of I don't really come back to them a lot. They don't really stick out to me for their own reasons, as I mentioned. So they're also at the bottom here. The last two, Ordinary Man and Patient Number 9. Moving on, another controversial. This whole video is controversial, if you couldn't tell. We're having controversial picks here. This one would be number 9, and that's Bark at the Moon. Oh my god, I feel like I already heard 1,000 people just stop this video, dislike it, and fucking exit out. And I understand why people like this album. I just it just doesn't really like it sounds like pop to me, really. And that's not a problem I have. I think Jakey Lee's a great song, he's a great guitar player, he's a great songwriter. But like I like Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and that one's like, big chorus, big poppy chorus. Bark at the Moon obviously is a classic. I'm not gonna talk shit about that one. That one's great. Rock and Roll Rebel, also a cool song, but like I feel like Slow Down is pretty lame. Center of Eternity, not great. So Tired, I don't like at all. So this album overall got some great standouts on it, but overall, it just I don't revisit this record a lot. I really don't. And one time I listened to it like a year ago, and I got a fucking headache, and I'm like, I don't know why, but this album's just never really done it for me. So Bark of the Moon, number 9. Crucify me later in the comments. Moving on, I think this is the most underrated Ozzy album ever. Scream. I think Scream is a great fucking album. These ones are kind of to me like okay. They're a little controversial. I go through phases where I like these records. I consistently like this album. Every Scream onward, every fucking album onward after this, I consistently like. And I think Scream is very underrated. I think Let It Die is great. Let Me Hear You Scream is like the big song off of this. Also great. Soul Sucker is awesome. Crucify I like. Time, Fearless, and then the last song, second to last song, what is it? Latimer's Mercy? Latimer's? I don't know. Also a great song. A lot of great melody. It just feels fresh. It just feels new. Ozzy is no stranger to trends at all. And this one, I feel like he actually captured like this kind of electronic thing pretty well. Gus G, great songwriter, great guitar player. It just feels very cinematic, which I really like in music. And I just think this is an underrated album. I think this is a really great, solid album. So Scream, I'm gonna put at 8. This one probably isn't as underrated, but at number 7 we have Down to Earth. Great album, gets me through. Fucking awesome song, so great. One of Ozzy's coolest songs, I think. I think Facing Hell is a great song. Dreamer is kind of the big ballad off of this one, which is Ozzy's ballads aren't really that great, I don't think, but Dreamer isn't awful. It's actually not that bad. That I Never Had is cool, Junkie, and I think this is a great record. Really, just a solid, great album. Um, as I said, Ozzy's no stranger to trends. Same thing. This works. It sounds very much like a 2000s radio rock album, and it's fucking great. Great, great album. And then those songs translate very well live, which is a big selling point for me in the Live at Budokan DVD CD. The songs off of this fit right in with the classic stuff too. So Down to Earth, number 7, great album. All right, the first one with old Zach here. I feel like this one isn't talked about enough, nearly enough. I mean, it's good. People know about it. People listen to it, obviously, but I just feel like it needs a little bit more love. Miracle Man is the kind of the big one off of this one too. Breaking All the Rules is one of the first Ozzy songs I heard when I was a little kid that I really liked. Really liked that song. I still do. I think Bloodbath in Paradise is fucking awesome. That one gives me chills. I get all amped up listening to that one. It's fucking great. Fire in the Sky is pretty good too. Yeah, I mean it's just overall pretty solid Ozzy record. I think at the time, like you can kind of tell, like he can't keep making albums like this at that time period when this came. What was this 88, 89? Obviously, No More Tears had to follow this up. Just because I could tell that it's like he's fallen off a little bit of the path a little bit, I guess, or it's like, okay, we kind of get the gist. We need to do something different. But it still works for me. It still works for me. It's a great album. Yeah, No Rest for the Wicked, great album. All right, in this video full of controversial takes, this is probably the worst one to some people. Blizzard of Oz, number 5 here. I completely understand why this is number 1 for a lot of people. I really do. I was thinking about, I'm like, why is this album not higher for me? And I think it's the same reason Paranoid isn't my favorite Black Sabbath album, or at least partially. Um, I just heard these songs too many times. That I don't know. Fantastic. Crazy Train. Obviously probably the biggest Ozzy song ever. Suicide Solution, Mr. Crowley. I mean, great. Truly fantastic songs. This is a fantastic album. I've just heard it too many times. That's really my problem with it. That's it. Like, I think about other albums other than this one that I want to listen to more above this one. But this, I mean, this is a tried and true classic. I understand why people might be upset by me putting this at number 5. But like I said, it really comes down to I've just heard these songs too many times. I could go a little while without hearing these songs, and I think I would be okay. And maybe just right now in this time of my life, I just need a break from this album. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this is career defining. This is insane. This is like after leaving Sabbath and putting this out, unreal, just absolutely unreal. This is great. I mean, these are great fucking songs. Great fucking album. Just heard it too many times. So there's my opinion on that. Okay. All right, we're starting to get into the big territory. I mean, that was that was number 5, so I guess we're in the top 5 here now. And number 4, I'm going to put No More Tears. Man, I like this one more than Blizzard, obviously. I just feel like there's a certain energy to this I really like. I really like the production on this. It feels big. It feels stadium rock. It's just awesome. This album is just awesome. I mean, who could forget? I mean, I don't want to change the world. Great song, Mama I'm Coming Home. A fucking huge song for Ozzy. Desire is great. I think Sin is a really cool song that's not talked about enough. Hellraiser, obviously. And then we have the big heavy hitters like No More Tears. I mean, that song alone should have this in your top fucking 5. You know what I'm saying? And then Road to Nowhere, I think, is a great song. Great song. This whole album's just fucking fantastic. It was the breath of fresh air that Ozzy needed. I can still feel it. I can still feel like, oh wow, this is a great fucking album. This is the album he needed to put out in his career. Like it just had to be. And it's fucking great, man. It's fucking great. This is like this album, like being in Black Sabbath makes you a legend. Putting out Blizzard of Oz makes you a god. Putting this out makes you like leader of the universe. You know what I'm saying? This makes you the fucking creator or some shit. You know what I'm fucking saying? Like this is the next level shit. But there's albums I like more than this one. All right, number 3, the controversial Ultimate Sin. I like this album way more than Bark of the Moon as far as Jakey Lee albums go. I think the 80s sound on this works great. Title track, one of my favorite Ozzy songs ever. Love the drums. It sounds so sinister. And then at the end when Ozzy does the ultimate fan, like he does it like that, and it echoes, and it's just badass, going crazy on the drums. Badass fucking song, man. And this album's great. Shot in the Dark is good. I know a lot of people don't like that song, don't even like this album, but I think like Never Know Why is great. Secret Loser is cool. Thank God for the Bomb. Never is sick. Lightning Strikes, like Killing Giants. This whole album rules, man. It fucking rules. Actually, hold on. I should have grabbed this earlier. I think it's an original U.S. pressing of this record. Dude, Boris Vallejo doing the Boris doing the artwork. I mean, this is classic shit, dude. This is like fucking awesome 80s metal shit. And actually, I have this album tattooed on me. I mean, there he is. Right there, dude. Classic. It's just fucking awesome. This album rules. I feel like I want to take over the world every time I hear this one. And that one's number 3, dude. Like I just fucking love this shit so much. And that brings us to number 2, and that is Osmosis. And I forgot I actually got this signed by Zakk Wylde last year, which is really cool. I love this album. It took me a little bit to get into it, to be honest. I felt like it was a bit of a slog. It was really slow. Over time, I've really come to love it. Perry Mason is the big song off of this, I think. Fucking awesome, dude. That riff, holy shit. Kind of like No More Tears production. Very big, very anthemic, very awesome sounding, and I'm super into that. You can kind of hear like maybe the slowness or the grunge or whatever the fuck was going on at the time, where he was just like, we need to kind of make this more artsy or some shit. I don't know, but it fucking works. I think I Just Want You. I play on repeat all the time. Great lyrics on it. Great vibe. See You on the Other Side, another good one. Thunder Underground, that was a big song when I was a kid, man. Hearing that dun 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 dun, God damn, heavy as fucking shit, man. You got Geezer Butler on bass, just bringing that heaviness all the way to the fucking ground. You know what I'm saying? Great. Tomorrow, Denial, great songs. My Jackal Doesn't Hide, fucking great. Old LA Tonight, fantastic. Melodies on this are great. It's catchy. It just has so many great songs on this. I think Osmosis is very underrated. I think I feel like every album that's not Blizzard of Oz or No More Tears is underrated, man. And this is at number one. You know what I'm saying? This is fucking great. But there's one more album I like more than this. And if you've been counting and if you deduced, Diary of a Madman is numero uno, man. Diary of a Madman, that song. I Dude, when I was a kid, I want to say 11 or 12, maybe even younger, that song was on repeat. It creeped me the fuck out. I just thought it was so spooky and scary. And like I said, I really like cinematic kind of sounding music. It had a whole story throughout. This guy losing his mind. I love Ozzy's little vocal trill thing that he does at the end, where he's just like, oh, like I don't know what it is, but then they have that whole fucking orchestra, the whole choir at the end. It's fantastic, fan fucking tastic, man. And that's just the title fucking track. I mean, you have Over the Mountain, Flying High Again, I think is the essential Ozzy song. When somebody's like, what is Ozzy's solo work about? Flying High Again, I think, is the song you need to listen to. Believer? Dude, what are we even doing? Believer is fucking awesome. It's like the coolest song ever made. And then I love Sato. Sato is fucking great, man. Same thing, creepy, kind of dark, dirgy. Like I feel like a lot of people like the first record because it's kind of gothy. It's like neoclassical, especially like Mr. Crowley and things like that. This just amplifies it to 11. I think great artwork, just great vibe, unbeatable songs. Unbeatable songs. I think this is Randy at his best. I think the band was just so fucking tight. I mean, I have to put this at number one. Diary of a Madman is number fucking one, dude. I think I said everything I wanted to say. Disagree with me, please, in the comments. Tell me your favorite Ozzy album, Ozzy song, Ozzy stories, anything Ozzy. Just put it in the comments. Disagree with me. Agree with me. I don't give a shit. I just want to talk about these fucking albums. I want to talk about this music because it's so good. It's so important to me. And that's why I wanted to make this video. And I was absolutely devastated when Ozzy passed, like a lot of people. And I'm just happy that we still have a lot of his great work, his solo stuff. I know everybody loves the Sabbath stuff. Who doesn't? You can't not love it. I feel like his solo stuff has so much to offer. And I really hope people who have maybe don't know like Down to Earth or Black Rain or something will be interested in what I'm saying and just listen to that shit because it's fucking great, man. It's so good. And as promised, I have some friends that explain their favorite Ozzy records at the end, and I'm gonna put that in. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Thanks for all this great music. Yeah, stay heavy, stay safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
My name is Jack, and my favorite Ozzy Osbourne record gotta be his debut. As you can see, my friend Ghostface is keeping it safe for me, holding on to it. I gotta say it's my favorite just because, it's got probably his biggest hits on it. Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, bangers. Love Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley's probably my favorite song. Some of my other favorite songs on this album gotta be Goodbye to Romance, is always good, and D. You can never talk about Ozzy without talking about Randy. Randy's guitar work on D, and especially his solo work, is great, phenomenal, and in my opinion, Ozzy wouldn't really have a career without Randy, and especially since he got kicked out of Black Sabbath and then made this, pretty fire.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Rylan Torres of Vitriolic Withering. My favorite Ozzy album is probably Diary of a Madman. Year's 1981. You got Randy Rhoads on guitar, and that's all I really got to say. No, I'm just kidding. I love Diary of a Madman because of the opening track, Over the Mountain, and then Flying High Again, and the title track, Diary of a Madman, are just all fantastic songs. I love the atmospherical part of Diary of a Madman, and the choir in the background towards the end, and everything about it is just phenomenal. It's personally my favorite Ozzy album. Blizzard of Oz comes in at a close second. But yeah, the early Ozzy stuff is my favorite, and that is why Diary of a Madman is my favorite Ozzy record.
Bloodspring here. My favorite Ozzy album is Blizzard of Oz. I was a young guitarist, and when I heard Randy Rhoads for the first time, it completely changed what I knew would be possible. He was an early guitar hero of mine, and will always be a guitar hero of mine. I think Ozzy's performances are extraordinary. I think that the track listing is really well balanced when it comes to the softness of things like Goodbye to Romance and the interlude D. I think the bluesy approach on some of the songs, and most specifically the kind of gothic neoclassical notation that goes into things like Mr. Crowley specifically, is extraordinary. I want to give an honorable mention to Bark at the Moon, however, because I think Jake E. Lee is viciously underrated and hasn't really gotten his just due. But when it comes to entire albums, my favorite is definitely Blizzard of Oz. Thanks for asking, Austin. Love you, buddy.
Hey, what's up? This is Stevie Pink. And while I like to celebrate the man's entire career, if I only got to choose one to be my favorite solo Ozzy album is The Ultimate Sin. It's got some of Jake E. Lee's sickest riffs on there, some of Ozzy's most rockin' tracks like Secret Loser, Never Know Why, Lightning Strikes, and my personal favorite, Fool Like You. Killer album, start to finish. Just rockin' times forever. Ozzy forever.